I almost missed it. I opened the router app because my connection had been slow. That's it. No instinct. No suspicion. I just wanted to watch something without it buffering, and I figured maybe too many devices were pulling bandwidth. So I opened the app, it's called Nighthawk if that matters, version 2.8.4, and I went to the connected devices screen. I expected to see 3, my phone, my laptop, my TV. I counted 14. I counted again, 14, 11 devices I had never seen before. Names like Android 7 F3, unknown B92C. Desktop 4471A. I don't have a desktop. I live in a 1-bedroom apartment. I have lived alone in this apartment for 2 years. My first thought was interference from neighbors. Apartments share walls. Maybe someone's device was bleeding onto my network somehow, except that's not how it works. A device doesn't appear in your admin panel unless it authenticated, unless it was given or found the password. I scrolled through the list and looked at the connection times. That's when I stopped trying to explain it away. Every unknown device had connected at night. I exported the full connection log. The app lets you do that CSV file, every session, every device, timestamped to the second. I opened it in a spreadsheet and started filtering. My 3 devices, easy to identify, they connected during the day, irregular patterns, normal human behavior, laptop on at 9 a.m., off at midnight, phone constant, TV evening hours. The 11 unknowns were different. They had a schedule. Not every night, but the nights they appeared between 11 p.m. and 4 a.m., and they didn't come alone. They came in clusters, 2 or 3 at a time. Device Android 7 F3 and unknown B92C connecting within 4 minutes of each other. Then a third, MSFT A91, joining 20 minutes later. All 3 dropping off simultaneously at 3:47 a.m. This happened on a Tuesday, then the following Tuesday, then the Tuesday after that. I went back 3 months, Tuesdays and Thursdays, almost without exception. I called my ISP. I asked them to pull my bandwidth logs for the same period. They sent me a PDF, took 4 days, and when I opened it, the upload numbers didn't make sense. On the nights those devices appeared, my network had pushed between 2 and 4 gigabytes of data out. Outbound, not inbound, not streaming, uploading. I had not uploaded anything, I was asleep. Something in my house was sending data out, consistently, on a schedule, for at least 3 months before I noticed. I sat with that for a while. Then I looked up how to trace a MAC address. MAC addresses are supposed to be unique. Every network device has one it's assigned at manufacture, and theoretically no 2 devices share the same address. There are lookup services that cross-reference MAC prefixes against manufacturer databases. You paste in the first 6 characters, the OUI, and it tells you who made the hardware. I ran Android 7 F3A's MAC through 3 different services. All 3 came back the same, a mid-range Android handset, manufactured between 2021 and 2023. One of the services gave me a partial model string. I'm not going to say which one publicly because the next part is where this stopped being an abstract problem. The model matched a phone belonging to someone in my contacts. I want to be careful here about what I'm saying. A MAC prefix identifies a manufacturer and a device range. Thousands of phones share that prefix. This was not proof, it was a data point. I noted it and kept going. I checked my camera roll that night because I'd read that some remote access exploits can trigger a phone's camera. I wasn't expecting to find anything. I was being thorough. There were 214 photos in my roll. I had taken 213 of them. The last one I had not taken. It was my front door, exterior, shot at night. The angle was from the walkway, maybe 2 meters back, framing the door straight on. The porch light was off. The photo was dark but clear. I could see the doormat. I could see the number on the door. I pulled up the metadata. Device, my phone, my exact phone. Lens, aperture, everything matched my handset's camera signature. Timestamp 2:09 a.m., a Thursday 6 weeks ago. I was home that night. I was asleep. My phone was on my nightstand. Someone took a photograph of my front door using my phone's camera from outside. I went through every security step I could find. New router password, 24 characters randomized. I wrote it on paper and kept the paper in a drawer, nothing digital. I enabled MAC address filtering, which means only devices I whitelist can connect, regardless of whether they have the password. I went into my phone settings and audited every app with camera permissions. I revoked access from anything that didn't absolutely need it. I reset my phone to factory settings and restored only from a local backup, not cloud. I also called a friend who works in IT security. I described the situation without telling him about the photo. He said the upload pattern was consistent with a device being used as a node in a botnet, essentially. Someone's software running on a device connected to my network, pushing data through my IP address. He said it happened more than people realized. He said the fix was exactly what I'd done. New password, MAC filtering, done. He said there was no way anyone had accessed my phone camera remotely without a piece of software installed directly on the device. He said that was a separate problem from the router. I didn't tell him about the photo. I slept that night, first full night in about a week. I'd done everything I could do. The network was locked. The phone was reset. I had documentation of everything, screenshots, the CSV, the ISB PDF, the photo with its metadata. I had a rational partial explanation for part of it. I told myself the photo had another explanation I hadn't found yet. I woke up to a push notification from the Nighthawk app. New device connected, 3:14 a.m. Session duration 6 minutes. Then it dropped. MAC address filtering was enabled. That device should not have been able to connect. The password was 24 characters of noise that I had never typed into anything. I stood in my kitchen and looked at the notification for a long time. Then I opened my camera roll. The new photo was my hallway, shot from inside. The angle was from roughly the front door, looking down the hall toward the bedroom. The bedroom door was open. The light in the bedroom was off. You could see the nightstand. You could see the shape of the bed. I have not found an explanation for how a device connected through MAC filtering. I've read about MAC spoofing, cloning a whitelisted address, but that requires knowing which addresses are on the whitelist. My IT contact said that information isn't broadcast. You'd have to have accessed the router's admin panel already to know which MACs to spoof, which means the filtering had to have been read before it was bypassed. I've sent the ISP log and the router CSV to 2 people I trust. They have copies. The metadata from both photos is documented and stored in 3 places. I don't know what was being uploaded from my network for 3 months. I don't know what the 6-minute session at 3:14 a.m. was for. I don't know if the camera was triggered remotely or if there's something I'm missing about how my phone works. My IT contact says what I'm describing isn't technically possible with any malware currently documented. He said that twice. He seemed to want me to find that reassuring. I check my camera roll every morning now, before I do anything else. So far, nothing new. So far.